Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We're here at Wapakoneta High School where Marion Local takes on St. Henry. Tonight's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Schwiedemann Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, Cy Schwiedemann, Carriage Works, Wilson Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, NKT Productions, and First National Bank, bringing you tonight's game between Marion Local and St. Henry in the district finals here at Wapakoneta. I'm Dave Helmstetter. Alongside me, Ron Cruzy, for tonight's clash between Marion Local, the #1 seed, at 20-4 overall, and the #2 seed, St. Henry, 21-3 overall, in a clash of two very powerful MAC schools, Ron.
Yeah, they are. St. Henry comes in winners of 17 of their last 18 games. St. Henry beat Waynesfield 59-26, and they beat #4 seed Minster 49-46 to get here. Also, Marion has come in here with a 15-game win streak out of 16 games.
Marion Local had the big win over St. Henry during the league season in convincing fashion, 77-40, Ron.
Right, so what we want to see here, probably we're not going to see, I don't think, a 37-point game difference here. They match up pretty evenly on paper. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up defensively as far as who guards who, but it's going to be tough because Marion's playing real well, St. Henry's playing real well. I think it's going to come down to the defensive end.
It should be a great one here on NKTelco Sports from a full house here in Wapakoneta. We'll be back with our starting lineups and our opening tip-off right after this.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Here at Wapakoneta, the introduction of the starting lineups for tonight's game between St. Henry and Marion Local. In a capacity crowd on hand, just like you to have it.
#1, a 6'1" junior, Zach Niekamp.
#1 is Zach Niekamp. The Redskins of St. Henry being introduced first.
6'6" junior, Nathan Fun.
Tyler Schlarman. #2, Ryan Lutmer.
For Marion Local,
#22, Matt Reffman.
For St. Henry,
#3 for the Redskins, Devin Hillscamp.
senior, Devin Hillscamp. For Marion Local, #24.
And #24 for the Flyers, a 6-foot senior, Tyler Pringer.
For St. Henry, #4.
And #4, 5'9" senior, Ryan Bruning.
For Marion Local, #32.
And #32, 6'2" senior Tyler Mesher. There you see Tyler. And number 5, a 6-foot senior, Tyler Sharman. Number 33, a senior, Justin Albers, 6'6" senior. So it's Bruns, Rethman, Prenger, Mesher, and Albers for 20-4 Marion Local. It's Niekamp, Lutmer, Hillscamp, Bruning, and Schlarman for the 21-3 St. Henry Redskins. And Ron, exciting tournament atmosphere, kind of gets everyone charged up.
Yeah, full house, crowds are noisy. Probably a few nerves going on out there with the players, so once they get rid of those in the first couple minutes, we'll be down to basketball. St. Henry likes to shoot the 3, they like to spread it out. Marion likes to get the ball inside and shoot inside. They shoot 48% from the field. St. Henry 42%.
And the opening tip will be controlled by the Flyers as Matt Rethman, number 22, will have the basketball. Looking at that man-to-man defense. Employed by St. Henry. Rethman, he'll go to the left side. They'll kick it back out. First shot of the game is off target as Prenger's shot comes down to the Redskins, and Schlarman will bring it up court. Down the lane, Tyler comes off the glass, shot blocked by Bruins. Rebound comes back down to Bruning and back out. Shot no good. Rebound inside by Bruning, and it's going to be a jump ball, and possession arrow will favor St. Henry here in the opening minute of play.
St. Henry likes to go with an open post offense and then drive to the basket, drive. If they cut off, they dish it back out. They look for the 3. 48 or 42%, 46% actually of their shots come from the three-point line.
With the basketball, Ryan Lutmer, as the Redskins spread it out a little bit. That's Hillscamp. Marion Local student section chanting boring already here in the first couple minutes of play as St. Henry trying to see what goes here as they go into I guess you'd call it a corner offense, and a long jump shot from the side, no good as Sharman's shot open, goes around and out. Quickly come the Flyers up court. Double teamed, and there's the steal. Lutmer, 2-on-1, he'll take it in, shot no good, but he's going to be guilty of the charge. Foul goes against Lutmer. First foul of tonight's basketball game.
Good piece of defense there by Marion, holding the ground underneath the basket and taking the charge.
Rethman will bring it up court. Out front, First National Bank Think First scoreboard, approaching 2 minutes into this one. Looking for our first basket.
They're looking for Mesher inside. He's working hard.
Jump shot from the right side, no good. Albert shot off target, and St. Henry brings it across the timeline.
So
does it surprise you by what St. Henry's trying to do here?
No, not at all. That's pretty much what they've done all year, spread it out. Maybe a little bit more against Marion to get a matchup they want. But again, they get their baskets from driving and kicking it out.
There's the steal. As jump shot from the corner, shot off the front of the iron, no good by Prenger. Back out, Rethman tries to feed inside to Mesher.
I'm just more surprised by Marion taking 3 threes already. No shots from inside the arc. And I'm pretty sure that's what they want to do, is get it inside.
Schlarman will take the 3, and Tyler Schlarman is on board. And St. Henry has the lead with 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
Schlarman leads the Redskins with 17 points a game.
Flyers working the outside. Rethman dumps it inside to Mesher. Batted away by the St. Henry defense.
So 3 turnovers already for Marion, so they need to just settle down and play their game.
St. Henry will have it. This is Schlarman. He looks inside. There's the feed off the glass. And easy bucket by Ryan Lutmer. And St. Henry jumps out to a 5-0 lead with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the opening quarter of basketball.
Now Bruns is down on the block. Called for it, didn't get it.
On the perimeter there, it's inside to Bruns. Turnaround jumper, no good. Tipped out, controlled by Bruning. Ryan, a 5'9" senior, will walk it up court. Gives up the dribble, and he'll be forced to call a timeout, so St. Henry will take the timeout. We'll keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Lamb's Insurance Agency, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, Carriage Works, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Cy Schwieterman, NKT Productions, the Knoxville Supply Company, Minster Bank, WKKI K94 FM, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, 21st Century Kitchens, Sweeterman Pharmacies, Keyhole Pizza, and Weststaff bringing you tonight's game. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's game on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Saturday, March the 10th at 4 p.m., Sunday, March the 11th at 4 p.m., and you can also watch the games on demand at NKTelco.net. 3:37 to go, first quarter of basketball. St. Henry is enjoying a 5-0 lead. Hills Camp.
And you see in the early stages, Camp has drawn Mesher outside, trying to get him away from the basket defensively.
Ethan Tiemann into the lineup for the Redskins. He's number 32, as is number 10, Parker Link. Jump shot from the corner, just a little bit short.
It'll be interesting to see what Marion does out of the timeout.
Jump shot from outside, and Tyler Pringer has the Flyers' first basket of tonight's game.
Tyler averages 6 points a game for the Flyers, 33% from the three-point line.
Ended a Marion local scoreless drought. 5-3 our score, 2.5 to go, opening quarter of basketball. St. Henry being patient with the basketball. Hills Camp pushes it back out to Schlarman. Tyler Schlarman connects.
There it is again. You dribble penetrate to inside the lane. When the help comes, you kick it out from wherever the help come from.
A couple of more substitutes coming off the bench for both teams here in just a moment. From the corner, shot around and out as Albert shot no good. Bruns with a rebound, and Nathan puts it up and draws the foul.
And if there's any mismatches, it's Mesher and Bruns inside offensively for the Flyers. They have the height advantage here. Bruns at 6'6". Mesher, even though he's listed at 6'2", plays like he's 6'6".
A couple more substitutes coming into the game. Also in earlier was Curtis Uhlenhake, a 6'3" senior who really had the hot hand against Minster in the semifinal game. Second free throw is good. 8-4, 4-point lead for St. Henry.
Yeah, Uhlenhake hit 3 threes in the third quarter.
Link gets it up to Lutmer. Back over to Link. Link pulls back up. Ball tipped away, but gained by Lutmer. Back out to Tiemann, number 32, Ethan, a 5'11" junior. Pass inside to Lutmer. There's Schlarman in the corner. Shot doesn't go, but we've got a whistle.
St. Henry 2 of 6 from the three-point line already. They've only taken 3 shots inside the arc. For Marion, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. They've only taken 1 shot inside the arc.
Colin Everman, number 12, into the lineup for the Flyers, as is number 3, Ryan Koenig. Back out to Everman. Move it along the left side. Jump shot from the corner is no good as Klinger shot off target, and St. Henry has the rebound as we go under 1 minute to go on the First National Bank. Think first scoreboard.
Once he picks up that dribble, it's time to deny the basketball, get in the passing lanes.
Schlarman will go inside, but Bruns is going to foul him. Bruns will go out. Albers will come in. Schlarman will catch a breather as Devin Hillscamp comes back in for St. Henry, as both coaches substituting freely here in the last couple of minutes of the opening quarter of play. Clock at 25 seconds on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. St. Henry with the basketball, 4-point lead. Back over to Link. Long range jumper, Ulenik, shot no good, rebound to Mesher. Here comes Marion Local up court quickly. At the buzzer, shot rings in and out by Prenger, and our first quarter is history. Our score is St. Henry 8, Marion Local 4. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on a temp-to-hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
St. Henry enjoys the first quarter lead, 8-4. Marion Local just seems to be a little bit off stride here, Ron.
Right, they're not playing their normal game. Normally they would shoot 28% of their shots are from the three-point line, and so far they've shot 7 three-pointers and only 1 inside the arc. So 7 out of 8 have been from the three-point line, and that's not the way they normally play. Thank you.
Marion Local with the basketball. Inside Mesher off the glass. He'll score and he'll draw the foul.
That's their normal game right there. Get it into Mesher or Bruns. A lot of times Bruns from the high post, they play a little high-low game.
Mesher gets the basket.
I think that's his first shot of the game.
Free throw, a little bit too strong, and Lutmer will grab the rebound.
Now St. Henry comes in a little bit different offense, different set.
There's a pass inside. It's going to be knocked away by Mesher. There you see St. Henry coach Eric Rosenbeck.
We'll see how long they stick with that before they pull it back out.
Back out to Niekamp.
Now they're back out to the open post.
Hillscamp.
So I think that was just a set play coming out of the first play of the second quarter to try to get that backdoor play.
Schlarman will pull up shot and connect. Tyler Schlarman. Nice shot by the senior, and it's 10-6.
And that's
St. Henry.
8 points for Schlarman here in the already. We've just played a quarter and about almost a half a minute.
Reffman, number 22, back into the lineup here to start the second quarter. Reffman inside, back out to Albers. Albers looks inside for Mesher as there's a battle going on there. And they'll turn it over, the Flyers do, and Schlarman will bring it up court.
Good help defense there by the Redskins that time. Waited for the lob and had weak side help come over and deflect the basketball.
Out front to Hillscamp. He looks inside, but he'll pull it back out to Schlarman. Schlarman thinks about pulling it up. Almost traveled, but maintains control, and St. Henry will pull it back out with 5:52 to go.
There's
Hillscamp. Mesher away from the basket and on him. Hillscamp rolls inside, comes back out as Bruning handles the basketball. Going up against Tyler Pringer for the Flyers. Schlarman way out there, just a little bit short. Rebound, Niekamp up and in, and Zach Niekamp wins the battle of the boards for the Redskins and gets an offensive rebound and an easy bucket.
second chance opportunity there for St. Henry, and they made the most of it.
Should say it was an easy bucket, but well earned.
Yes.
Reffman back over to Pringer. Reffman's going to try a three. St. Henry with a rebound. That's Hillscamp, and he'll get it off to Bruning, who'll bring it up and pass it to Hillscamp. St. Henry patient with a basketball. 4:27 to go here in the first half. 12-6 our score. And there's a whistle.
There he just split the two defenders there. And Mesher got caught reaching.
Mesher with the foul. Number 40, Caden Niekamp into the lineup for St. Henry.
He brings
6'6" junior.
Yeah, I was going to say he brings some size into the lineup for St. Henry.
Schlarman back over to Niekamp, up and in. And Caden Niekamp, the big junior, gets a bucket. St. Henry has an 8-point lead, 14-6.
Nice pass there by Schlarman.
Shot no good. Rebound inside by Tangeman, but he'll get it back out to Bruns. Tangeman back to Bruns. Ball is going to go against the Flyers as Bruns hits the bucket, but it's not going to count.
That's the second foul on Bruns, so he has to come out of the game. Took an aggressive move to the lane and got called for the charge. So Mesher comes back in to replace him.
St. Henry maintaining possession. 8-point lead, trying to push this one into double digits. They'll pull it back out, and they'll be patient with it. That's Ethan Tiemann with the basketball. Albers on him. He'll push it over on the other side to Bruning.
There's the drive and then the kick out.
And they'll kick it back out. Parker Link with it. Link down the lane. Finds Schlarman. Shot blocked. Hard to see who made the block, possibly Tangeman.
I think that was Colin Everman, I think.
Colin Everman. Tyler Prenger, there you see him back into the lineup for the Flyers. Niekamp will inbound it. Back out to Link. Niekamp at the free throw line. They'll push it back over to Bruning onto the left side. Going to be a blocking foul there by Tyler Prenger.
So you don't want to foul clear out there. He made the foul almost at half court. You're going to have to save them for when they drive to the basket.
St. Henry being patient. Schlarman, probably their biggest offensive threat here in the first half. He turns it over. Everman will handle it for the Flyers. They need a bucket.
Well, there's some serious contact down low with
Mesher and Niekamp.
Holy cow.
Away.
They left that go on for a good 6 seconds down there, just banging each other back and forth.
Bruns will return to the Marion lineup.
If you're going to call touch fouls out front, you almost have to call punches, don't you?
I think that was they were on the football sled, weren't they? Blocking sled.
Yeah.
Bruns top of the key. And he'll connect. Nathan Bruns.
Yeah.
3-point goal.
And a foul.
And a foul too.
I think they got. Yeah, they got Mesher banging on Niekamp. So now you got him with 2, you got Bruns with 2.
And you only got 9 points.
Yeah.
You got 2 minutes left and a half.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So you want to be a coach, huh?
Yeah. Yes, you want to be a coach. That's right. Kurt Guttermiller, coach for the Flyers. You know, he certainly had to feel a little funny about tonight's game after winning by 37 during the regular season.
Yeah. And you get the feeling that St. Henry got the best part of that deal. Fought 1 foul on Niekamp and a 2nd foul on Mesher. And I think he was put in there for that reason, to bang around a little bit and maybe get in Mesher's head a little.
5-point difference. St. Henry with the lead, as we said. Redskins during the regular season lost 77-40. Inside, and the shot doesn't go, and St. Henry just playing some good, smart basketball here in the first half. For 3, shot doesn't go, and the rebound comes down to Prenger. Timeout. Marion Local will take a break. Our score, St. Henry 14, Marion Local 9. We'll be back after this.
For over 27 years, the knowledgeable, reliable, and experienced staff at Lamb's Insurance Agency has been providing superior auto and home insurance to the people of West Central Ohio and Indiana. The team's understanding of the agricultural community and farming operations is second to none. We support the local communities because we are, well, local. If you are looking for excellent claim service, stop by or call today for your quote. Lamb's Insurance Agency, representing Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
Marion Local takes the timeout. Just a matter, I think, to regroup just a little bit, don't you think, Ron?
Yeah, and also to get Bruns in the game and Mesher on the offensive end with a little over a minute to go. You know, you look up and you think St. Henry might be ahead by more than 5.
That's right.
And Marion's pretty fortunate, I think, to be down only 5 and the basketball. So, you know, they can get it down to 3 or 2 here.
Lots of things can happen in the final 1:15 or so here. You take a look at the First National Bank Think First scoreboard as Mesher just powers one home.
Looks like he got hacked on his way up, too. No call. They're in a 1-3-1 zone now, Marion. They've been that the last couple possessions. They got some big guys out there trapping.
Trying to get the basketball back and pull closer to St. Henry, who has only a 3-point lead now. It's going to be a reach foul.
So Bruns and Mesher will go out now probably, yep, on the defensive end.
46.6 seconds left on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. St. Henry with the 3-point lead as they inbound it. Bruning handles it out front.
Yeah, now they pull it out and they get trapped out there. Turnover.
And trap works, and now you're one shot away from tying it up.
Yeah, good move there by Coach Gottemiller. Go to the 1-3-1 and trap out front. That stops the penetration. Speeds up the game a little bit because they have to give it up. They had 6 guys on the floor. That'll help out a little bit.
Yeah,
but
that would help, definitely.
They have to take one off, so we're back to 5-on-5 basketball here.
Mesher back into the lineup for Marion Local. See what happens as we're under 30 seconds. Everman with the basketball. Colin Hamlets over to the left side.
Bruns has a mismatch on him.
Bruns is matched up with Tiemann at only 5'11". Bruns. Pass goes back over to the right side. Back out to Everman. Albers with the shot, no good, and that's going to end the first half as Schlarman will grab the rebound. And we'll hang on for just a moment. That does end the first half of play. Our score, St. Henry 14, Marion Local 11. And we'll return right after this.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialist will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier Sofa and Sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits. and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
St. Henry with the 14-11 halftime lead over Marion Local. Let's take a look at the first half numbers tonight's game.
From the field, the Redskins 10 of 16, the Flyers 4 of 15. From the three-point line, 2 of 10 for the Redskins, 2 of 11 for the Flyers. Free throw wise, St. Henry hasn't shot any. The Flyers 1 of 3. Rebounding edge went to the Redskins, 12-8. Turnovers, 5 for the Flyers and 3 for the Redskins. So I think the big number there is 2 of 11 from the three-point line for the Flyers. They don't average that many threes a game, and they've taken 11 so far, only made 2 during the season. They've shot 28% from the three-point line, and only 28% of their shots are threes, but not tonight.
St. Henry will have the basketball to start the second half of play. District final action from Wapakoneta High School. St. Henry and Marion Local, the 1-2 teams in the MAC, doing battle for the right to advance to the regionals. And St. Henry did a great job of controlling the pace of play in that first half. There's a three. It rings in and out.
Marion came back to start the second half in the 1-3-1 zone.
You almost think the Flyers have got to do something to change things up on defense. Inside Bruns, he's going to take it up. Shot, and he will draw the foul, and that may go against Lutmer. We'll see who the call.
A lot of contact in there even before the shot. But give Nathan Bruns a lot of credit. Stuck with it, took it up, and got mugged.
Free throw, no good. And on that first offensive possession for Marion Local, they made no doubt they want to go inside with the basketball.
Yeah. Nathan's a 70% free throw shooter, makes the second one.
Bruning up court, St. Henry into their offense. Bruning back over to Hillscamp.
Flyers
number 4 with it.
The Flyers put Justin Albers out front on the 1-3-1 at 6'6". He gets his hands up and makes them throw pretty high to get it across court. Might give a Flyer some extra time to pick it off.
Anything to change the pace of play just a little bit here for the Flyers. There's a long range three. Shot no good. Rebound Schlarman. He'll lose it. Comes down to Bruns. Here's a fast break. Albers will try to put it up, and it goes in.
Nice job there by Albers. Stuck with it, took the contact, and still made it. So he'll have a chance to get a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Shoots 69% from the foul line.
Justin Albers. Great off-balance shot, scores, and now has a chance to put his team into the lead. Not this time. Schlarman with the rebound. He'll bring it up court. Got a timeout, St. Henry. We'll take a break. Our score, St. Henry 14, Marion Local 14. We'll return right after this.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
St. Henry with the basketball after Eric Rosenbeck calls the timeout. Schlarman inside. Dumps it off to Bruning. He'll bring it back out, but loses the basketball, and Klinger will quickly call the timeout. We'll stay right here and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Lamb's Insurance Agency, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, Carriage Works, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Cy Schwieterman, NKT Productions, New Knoxville Supply Company, Minster Bank, WKKI K94 FM, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, 21st Century Kitchens, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, and West Staff all bring you tonight's game between Marion Local and St. Henry. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replays Saturday, March 10th at 4, Sunday, March the 11th at 4 p.m. And you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net.
So Niekamp comes back into the game for St. Henry, gives them a little size in there again and somebody to bang around.
We are tied. Every possession means something. Niekamp with the shot, no good. Schlarman thought for a moment there would be a foul, but Marion Local will have the basketball. Rethman, there is just a battle going on inside.
Looks like two sumo wrestlers.
They're pushing and shoving, and there's the shot from outside, no good. Niekamp comes down with a rebound. There's the foul, and that's going to go against number 24, Tyler Pranger.
That's going to be his second foul.
Curtis Schulenhake, 0, is back into the lineup for St. Henry. There you see Marion Local coach Kurt Gottemiller.
And we know Schulenhake can fill it up because he did that the other night.
Well, this game is just a chess match right now. We're playing it possession by possession with 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. Schlarman inside. Bruns is going to pick up what should be his third foul, correct, Ron?
Yeah, that's on him. Yep, it's on Bruns. That's his third foul. Kind of a cheap foul. Had his hand on the ball, the way it looked from here, but we're pretty far away from the action.
Nick Tangeman, number 20, will replace Bruns. Jumper from the corner is Schulenhake. Shot no good, and the rebound comes down to Marion Local. Neither team shooting well at all.
No, not from the outside, and I think that if Marion can figure out a way to get the ball inside, it's going to be a plus for them.
Rethman shot no good. Schlarman will get the rebound.
They've kind of gone away from inside. At the end of the second quarter, they were getting the ball inside.
Schlarman shot off the glass, no good. Mesher with a rebound. Rethman will bring it up court. Over to the right side, and Pranger back out to Albers. Pranger. Inside it goes to Tangeman, but tipped away. Schlarman. It's going to be taken away by Pranger. Pranger working his way up court. Inside, Niekamp will cut off Mesher, but a foul may come from the backside. And Mesher just took it to the hoop. And that foul is going to go against Parker Link on the other side.
I'll tell you, there's some serious contact down there. Niekamp and Mesher. Mesher got the best of it that time.
There is some real pounding going on inside, that's for sure. Mesher's free throw rims out.
1 of 4 for the Flyers from the line. St. Henry's yet to shoot a foul shot.
Devin Hillscamp, I believe, came back into the lineup. Let's see. Schulenhake and Lutmer and Link.
Lutmer has 3 fouls.
There's Marion Local. I think that might be their first lead of the
Yeah, definitely is.
First lead of the game at 4:09 to go in the third quarter on that First National Bank think, first scoreboard. So let's see how St. Henry responds.
The 1-3-1. There's almost a turnover caused by the Flyers. Springer on the ball.
Had it in his hands and it rolls out of bounds.
Normally the shots are going to come from the corners and against a 1-3-1.
Parker Link back over to the left side, and Lutmer. Link shot, no good. Rebound comes out to Niekamp. He'll go to the right side, open his Niekamp. He'll connect. Zach Niekamp, a 6'1" junior. 3-point goal.
Put the Redskins up by 2, 17-15.
Inside Everman, he'll lose it. Comes out to the masked man and Ulanate. Link, he's with it. He'll take the shot. Rebound to Tangeman.
They've all got the green light on the 3.
And maybe some of them should.
Not tonight, the way it looks.
Not too many going in. As turnaround
Oh,
jumpers.
he
No
got
good.
hacked.
Tangeman shot off the glass. Well, inside it goes to Ulanake. He'll lose the basketball. It kind of feels like I'm on a record-setting pace for turnovers.
We used to play a game like that on the inside. We'd call it pro ball. There were no fouls called. You just had to be stronger than the other guy, and that's the way it looks, what they're doing here tonight.
There's Pringer's shot. It doesn't go. It comes back into Niekamp. Great hustle by St. Henry to keep the basketball. It's going to go off the foot of Ryan Lutmer.
And that's 4 turnovers for the Redskins in this quarter. So
Schlarman's going to come back in for St. Henry.
And Bruns comes back in for the Flyers. He has 3 fouls. Niekamp won out for St. Henry. So they got smaller and Marion got bigger.
Well, let's see what happens. Every possession of Big One with 2:13 to go. Mesher top of the key. There's Pringer, and that's going to find us.
Yep. I didn't think it would make it this far. It went in the
First row right next to us.
We're not at a very good shooting angle here.
We've got a timeout on the court. Our score is St. Henry's 17, Marion Local 15. We'll be back right after this.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has the solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
17-15 our score. There you see the stage here at Wapakoneta High School. Nice view. Marion Local defense as the Redskins will inbound it and they'll bring it up court. Approaching 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Schlarman, he's going to end up with 3 players on him, and this time Tangeman will take it away. And
too much dribbling against the zone. That ball's got to move by the pass.
Inside Mesher, and Mesher will draw the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I still think that's where the Flyers have to get the ball inside, whether it's to Mesher or Bruns. And Bruns is out of the game. He'll probably be out for the rest of the quarter, I would think.
Mesher, 67% free throw shooter, connects. Caden Niekamp back into the St. Henry lineup. Mesher looking for the tie. And Schlarman will get the rebound after the missed free throw. He'll go to the left side. Schlarman looking at that 1-3-1 Marion local zone defense. He'll toss it over to Niekamp, who had a big three-pointer just a few moments ago. Cross court Schlarman. Back in the corner to Hillscamp. Back out Schlarman. Hillscamp in the corner. Almost stole him, but there's going to be a reach foul as Ryan Bruning.
Yeah, he's playing the middle part of the 1-3-1 and just got a little bit off balance and reach.
Niekamp will inbound it. He'll toss it back into Niekamp. Clock approaching a minute to go. Bruning inside. Hillscamp feeds Niekamp, and all sorts of bodies on the court, and Niekamp has a bucket. And it's 19-16 St. Henry. Rethman looks inside, wide open is Tangeman.
I didn't think they were going to call that. He just got smoked underneath.
That'll send Nick Tangeman to the line. Of course, the other part of this equation is you got to make some free throws.
You got to make the foul shots. They've only made 3.
They are dying at the line. I hate to say that for any team, but there's one that goes home as Nick Tangeman connects, 6'5" junior. 2-point lead, St. Henry with the ball and that advantage. Niekamp. Bruning. Niekamp inside Hillscamp, being patient with the basketball. 20 seconds to go. Back over to Schlarman in the wing. He'll pull it back up. There's Niekamp open for 3. Shot doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Tangeman.
Well, I think you can hear what the fans think of that call. But, okay, it's getting a little rugged.
Getting a little rugged, that's right. Inbounds pass. Bruning with it. Back over to the right side, and Niekamp shot no good. Niekamp going to be on the back of Mesher, so Niekamp guilty of the foul. That's his second.
Down to 2.9 seconds, so they're going to have to get the ball down here in a hurry.
Bruns will come back in. St. Henry man-to-man. There's Springer's shot, no good. 3/4 of basketball are into the books, and our scores: St. Henry 19, Marion local 17. We'll be back right after this.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CEREC and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
8 minutes remain in this district final battle. Two MAC rivals in St. Henry and Marion Local going at it full tilt.
How about this for some shooting, Dave? 1 of 7 from the field for Marion and 2 of 11 for St. Henry.
Wow. And it's late in the season.
Yeah, there's one.
There's an easy one. Thank you. Justin Albers with the bucket.
That ties it up.
Crowd trying to get into it for the Flyers. Niekamp inside. It's going to be tipped out of bounds as the pass went inside to Niekamp.
Yeah, St. Henry's getting nothing inside except a couple shots by Niekamp, using his size in there.
Schlarman tries to go to the baseline. Bruns cuts him off. Niekamp has it.
And they've got
back over to Schlarman.
Got Niekamp playing outside mostly on offense. So
Bruning picks it up. Schlarman, he's going to go down that lane. Tries to feed Niekamp, but it's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a St. Henry turnover.
That's St. Henry's 9th turnover of the ball game. The 6th one here in the second half.
Marion Local going for the lead as we approach 7 minutes to go in this game. First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Rethman, he's going
nice
inside,
move.
and the shot falls for Matt Rethman, the junior.
He
found an opening and got the bucket.
Kind of lulled him to sleep a little bit and went between 2 defenders.
Now it's up to St. Henry to score. This is their largest deficit, I think, of the night.
Yep.
2 points. Schlarman, or Marion Local's biggest lead, however you want to look at it. Open. Lutmer, shot no good. Rebound Schlarman off the glass and in. Oh my. We're tied at 21. Just tremendous battles inside. Tremendous physical battles. Got to have a foul down here. Let's see who that goes against.
Lutmer, that's his 4th.
Lutmer collects his 4th.
I think he'd have been all right if he'd kept his feet, but he kind of dove into Bruns' legs, and normally that's a foul, but you just don't know tonight.
Nathan Bruns will step to the line, and he'll connect. And Marion Local with that 1-point lead.
Nathan averages 15 points a game, 70% from the foul line.
Second free throw, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's going to go off of Mesher. A disbelieving Tyler Mesher.
Yep.
And Uhlenhake will inbound it.
Flyers with a 1-point lead, 1-3-1 zone.
Burning over to Schlarman.
They're keeping Schlarman from shooting. That's the main goal out of that, I think. Nobody else is hitting for the Redskins.
There's Uhlenhake. Long range Niekamp, and he connects. Zach Niekamp, a big 3 at the right time. 24-22, St. Henry. There's all sorts of action inside. We've got a timeout. Marion Local, our score. St. Henry 24, Marion Local 22. We'll be back right after this.
We knew that we could use hometown opportunity as an avenue to reach out to people, not just in this community, but across the state.
Hometown opportunity was my saving grace, honestly.
We viewed it as a great resource for us to get the word out about our company.
I saw all the commercials, billboards, and I thought, just give it a shot, why not? And they offered me a photography job on the spot, which was thrilling because I've been searching for months.
The Hometown Opportunity website definitely makes that connection.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpaw, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
There you see it. Marion Local will have the basketball as Matt Reffman will distribute it over to the left side, and Albers back over to the right side to Reffman. Shot no good, and it's going to go out of bounds and off of Marion Local.
See what kind of an out of bounds play. Once in a while, it's easier getting an out of bounds play than it is out of your set offense. You know, it might be that case tonight.
Nick Tangeman, number 20, into the lineup. You see the Marion Local bench. Inside shot, no good. Tip, no good. That was tipped by Everman. It's going to come down to St. Henry.
There's a turnover.
Turnover. Mesher feeds Bruns. Foul will be on Bruning. St. Henry and Marion Local doing battle here tonight. First postseason matchup since 1997. The district finals. St. Henry won that one 75-52. So interesting footnote as Bruns connects. Lutmer and Niekamp come back into the lineup for St. Henry. Bruns narrows it to a 1-point lead. His second one is short, but the rebound comes right back to Tangeman, and he'll draw the foul as he tried to put up the rebound shot. 6'5" junior will step to the line and a chance to tie it and possibly put Marion Local in the lead. And that's going to be Lutmer's 5th foul, and he'll go to the bench with 4:52 to play.
So he didn't even make it a couple seconds in the ball game, just in time to foul after the missed foul shot.
Boy, barely 2 seconds.
Tangeman, 53% free throw shooter.
Second free throw. Going to be good, and we are tied at 24.
Slarman got a quick rest. He's at the scorer's table ready to come back in.
Double team in the corner.
The two officials called a foul, and they don't know who it's on.
Rosenbeck, Coach Rosenbeck will discuss it.
Well, I have no idea what that's about. They're going to give the.
Well, they stopped the action for some reason.
The two officials both did it. Looked like they called fouls, but.
There you see Eric Rosenbeck and two officials here tonight.
We still have not got a reason why.
Tyler Schlarman will come back into the lineup, number 5.
I'm not sure.
Nothing. There was nothing called.
Nothing. I guess that's better than the wrong thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I think Tyler Prenger from Marion thought maybe he was somehow going to be guilty of a foul that he didn't think he committed.
Yeah.
St. Henry, we're tied. There's the shot for the lead, and it's there. Tell you, Zach Niekamp, he's got 11, and he's having quite a night for St. Henry with
Comes in the game averaging only 8 points a game.
He puts them up by 3. Tangent, a loose ball. It's still loose.
Man.
Pranger gets it. Bruns has it. Pranger back over to Reffman. They'll set it back up. Under 4 minutes to go, and it's just been a challenge offensively for both these two teams tonight. Pranger, top of the key over to Reffman. Bruns runs a cut, but there's going to be a foul against Devin Hillscamp for St. Henry. As him and Bruns collided.
So the Redskins are in a double bonus.
3:46 to go, and the double bonus is on. So 33. Justin Albers will come back into the lineup as
foul shots.
Hansman goes out. Boy, foul shots have just eaten Marion Local alive.
Yes,
aren't
they are.
Second one is good.
Flyers down by 2.
St. Henry's got the basketball. St. Henry's only found themselves on the short end of the lead only a couple of times here this evening as Niekamp goes for more. Mesher gets it. Marion Local fans wanted a foul on Niekamp, but Reffman will get it inside to Mesher, who muscles it up. No foul, and there's just all sorts of action inside, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Wow.
Possession arrow favors St. Henry. As Niekamp will go out, Uhlenhake will come in.
It's going to be the survival of the fittest down low, I'm telling you. I don't know when the last time was I've seen this much contact underneath.
Definitely contact going on. Niekamp back over to Bruning. He's got Bruns on him. There's Schlarman. Boy, he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
He thought about it. Outside shot no good by Bruning, and Mesher had it.
Wow.
Loses it. All sorts of contact. Bruns up court quickly, and it goes back over to Reffman. Gets it down low to Mesher. Shot doesn't go, and the rebound is going to be on Mesher. Foul against Mesher.
I don't know what to tell you, Dave.
Well, Mesher was playing, well, you could see it just as well as anybody else. So, but it's a 2-point game, 2.5 to go. Uhlenhake, he'll get it back out to Bruning. Bruning wants him to come out. He puts it over to Schlarman. Schlarman at the free throw line, double team, back out to Bruning. Uhlenhake looks at the hoop, but gets it to Bruning. Schlarman, always dangerous. He'll lose the basketball as Pranger will gain control and Reffman will bring it up court. Albers, open shot no good, rebound to Bruning. Under 2 minutes to play now. Schlarman open. Doesn't go. Rebound to Bruns. Fast break. Reffman. Over to Albers, who will draw the foul and go to the line for 2 shots. 1:38 to go. Did you think at the beginning of the game it'd be 27 to 25 with 1:38 to play?
No way. No way. They just keep going at each other. I'll say that. Nobody's giving up, that's for sure.
Justin Albers steps to the line. 1 point difference. St. Henry with the lead as Niekamp at 6'6". The big junior comes in.
Albers can get at his average at 6 points, but he didn't.
How many times has Marion made 1 out of 2 free throws?
It's been a bunch.
A bunch. 27-26.
At the end of the third quarter, they were 5 of 12 from the line, and they haven't bettered that average.
Schlarman inside. Oh, and my. And Hillscamp will lose it. Mesher gets it. Reffman across the timeline. This could be for the lead. There's the shot by Prenger. Mesher, rebound. Niekamp just clobbers him.
That's one way to get it inside to him.
Niekamp's third foul. Mesher will go to the line. What else do you do on a Friday night?
There you go.
West Central Ohio. Mesher ties it. 1:07 to play in this one.
7 points for Mesher. He's needed all of them.
Still coming down to one possession, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Let's see what Mesher does here. Schlarman with the rebound. We are tied. Schlarman over to Bruning. Across that timeline ever so slowly.
People are, everybody's up.
Everybody on their feet here in Wapakoneta. We're going to go for the last shot, Ron, or
well, that's a long time to hold on to it.
Or the easy, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Tosses it back over to Hillscamp. He's all alone.
Yeah. It'll be easier.
They're creeping out on him. Cross court, Schlarman inside. Niekamp shot doesn't go. Bruns with a rebound.
Timeout, Marion.
Marion Local will take the timeout. Our score, Marion Local 27, St. Henry 27. We'll be back right after this.
Automotive Outfitters, your truck accessory headquarters.
There you see some of the St. Henry cheering section, and boy, this game has turned around. We've got the timeout by Marion Local, less than 20 seconds to go, and the strategy for Coach Guttemiller. What do you think, Ron?
Well, you think they're going to go for the last shot of the quarter, probably put it up around 4 seconds, so they got a chance for an offensive rebound if it doesn't go in. Boy, if you got a set play, now would be a good time to run it. You would think the ball would get in Bruns' hands with an option of shooting it or maybe getting it inside to Mesher. Mesher's got Niekamp on him.
Here we go, folks. Final 15 seconds. Reffman, top of the key.
They're going to try to keep it out of Bruns' hands.
Clock counting, second by second. Somebody's going to have to shoot it. There it is. Shot turnaround, no good as Albert's shot doesn't go. Had a nice look, but we're going to overtime. Our scores, St. Henry 27, Marion Local 27. We'll be back right after this.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Both teams had real good shots there on their final possessions of regular play here in the fourth quarter, and now we're into overtime, Ron.
Yeah, they both had good looks at it, couldn't convert it. Now we go to overtime, and I can't really tell you who has the momentum on their side right now. It seems to be pretty even.
Bruns and Hillscamp. Marion Local will control it. As they win the tip, Rethman with the basketball to the right side. Turnaround shot, Justin Albers.
Nice set play there by Marion, coming into the overtime to go up by 2.
Now they'll move into that 1-3-1 zone defense. Down low, Niekamp, back out, Bruning. Back over to Hillscamp. Bruning, Schlarman, got it. Tyler Schlarman been quiet for a while, but that's a big one. St. Henry now is up by a point, 30-29. Albers looks inside at Bruns. Back over to Rethman. There's Pringer. He'll take the shot and connect. Hit it. Tyler Pringer hits the 3, and it's 32-30. And Marion Local will take the timeout. And it's a full timeout. Our score, Marion Local 32, St. Henry 30. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
There's the scene here at Wapakoneta. Overtime action. Marion Local with a 2-point lead, and they took the timeout there after the made 3.
Yeah, that leaves them with 1 timeout left, where St. Henry has 3 timeouts left. And Marion's in a double bonus. They have 5 team fouls, so they got a foul to give yet.
St. Henry will bring it up court. It's like Marion Local's changed defense, man-to-man.
Yep.
Schlarman in the corner.
Turnover.
Tipped away from Hillscamp, and Marion Local is going to get the biggest turnover of the night there, or St. Henry's biggest turnover. Marion Local with a 2-point lead and 2.5 to go.
Now they can afford to be patient and get a good shot here.
Pringer, nice shot. Tyler Pringer coming on strong here in the overtime.
Came in the game averaging 6. He's got 8.
To the hoop, and there's going to be a foul there, and that's going to go against Justin Albers.
These are going to be the first foul shots by St. Henry of the game.
Marion Local on their last 3 possessions, I think, has looked probably better than they have all night.
Yes.
Good time to do it as Devin Hillscamp, the senior, connects on the free throw. Second free throw is good. Our timeout, Marion Local 34, St. Henry 32. We'll be back right after this.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on an attempt to hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
Marion Local with a 34-32 lead here in overtime, and Tyler Pringer hitting a 3 and a nice basket inside on the baseline, and it's and Marion Local finally here in the overtime with at least a 2-point lead and the basketball, which in this game has been huge, Ron.
Yeah, 3 of 3 so far in the overtime for Marion Local. The big bucket was obviously that 3, but now they have the basketball with a little over 2 minutes to go. They can be patient again. Look for a good shot. They don't have to shoot a 3, obviously. And St. Henry has to be aggressive.
Rethman will bring it up court across the timeline. We're in overtime in case you've just joined us here on NKTelco Sports. Loose basketball.
I think that's going to be a foul on Schlorman.
Schlarman's going to get the foul. That's his second.
Matt Rethman, a 45% free throw shooter.
Misses the first. Here comes the second. He connects. 35-32. Marion Local's largest lead of the night.
Marion Local goes back to the man-to-man.
Timeout. St. Henry will keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is being brought to you by Lamb's Insurance Agency, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, Carriage Works, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Cy Schwieterman, NKT Productions, New Knoxville Supply Company, Minster Bank, WKKI, K94 FM, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, 21st Century Kitchens, Schwieterman Pharmacies, Keyhole Pizza, and West Staff bring you tonight's game. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are also pleased to bring you replays of high school boys basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 and HD on Channel 503, Saturday, March 10th at 4, Sunday, March 11th at 4 p.m. And you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. St. Henry with the basketball.
They're coming out with a set play to get an open 3.
Uhlenhaig connects. Curtis Uhlenhaig's been quiet in this one, and he connects, and we are tied with 1:35 to go in the first overtime.
So St. Henry comes out with a set play. They're coming out of the timeout. They're successful with it.
Albers looks inside to Bruns. There's going to be a foul on the backside. That's going to go against number 3, Devin Hillscamp, I believe.
That's going to be his second. Nobody really out there right now has more than 3 fouls. Just Bruns with 3. He's the only one. And Mesher, I guess, with 3. That was a big one for Bruns.
Bruns connects on that first one. Here comes the second. And it rolls home.
A 2-point lead. Let's see if St. Henry goes for 3.
Let's see what the Redskins do. Uhlenhaig back over to Hillscamp. Tipped away by the Flyers. Pass intended for Uhlenhaig in the wing.
Minute 6.
Inbound pass to Ryan Bruning all the way back near the Marion Local basket. Bruning going up against Pringer. Schlarman thinks about it. Now he'll take it. Tyler Schlarman, boy, that's about a clutch of 3 as you can find.
Yeah, got him up in the air with a head fake.
1-point difference. St. Henry now with the lead. 38 seconds to go. Rethman back over to Albers. Rethman inside Bruns. He'll put it up and in. Marion Local with the lead by a point. 22 seconds left.
See if St. Henry goes for the last shot or the first good one.
Schlarman. Bruns is on him.
He's the guy that's...
Whistle. St. Henry timeout.
That's their last timeout.
Full timeout. We will take a break. 9.8 seconds left. Marion Local 39, St. Henry 38. We'll be back after this.
For over 27 years, the knowledgeable, reliable, and experienced staff at Lamb's Insurance Agency has been providing superior auto and home insurance to the people of West Central Ohio and Indiana. The team's understanding of the agricultural community and farming operations is second to none. We support the local communities because we are, well, local. If you are looking for excellent claim service, stop by or call today for your quote. Lamb's Insurance Agency, representing Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Here we go. 9.8 seconds remain. St. Henry basketball. There's the lob to Schlarman. He's out of position.
Yeah.
Toss back is not going to work.
No.
And they throw it away, and there's going to be time on the clock. 2.8 seconds are going to remain, and St. Henry will have time to get another shot off on the errant pass by the Flyers.
Yeah, I think he didn't think there was that much time left on the clock. Actually would have been a good play with like 2 seconds to go or 3, but he threw it, so he'd been much better keeping it, but he didn't want to go to the foul line. So I know we used to tell players below 4 seconds, just take it and throw it, but he threw it a little early.
So they take the timeout, and St. Henry will have, St. Henry will have the basket right here underneath Marion's basket. So they'll have to go the length of the court. Our score 39-38. We'll keep it right here as the final strategies taking place. And
if you're Marion, you want them to have the ball inbounds in front of you. Don't let them behind you, but let them have it down at this end and then take your chances. Obviously, don't foul, but make them turn once, and they won't have time to dribble all the way down the other end of the floor with 2.8 seconds to go.
Well, you see a portion of this huge crowd here in Wapakoneta.
You can't.
That's the Marion local side.
You just can't let them have a long pass here.
Here we go, folks. 2.8 seconds on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
And you got to be.
Uhlenhake will inbound it.
You got to be thinking Schlarman here.
It's going the length of the court. Intercepted. Marion local, and the Flyers are going to survive. Marion local hangs on in overtime to defeat St. Henry 39-38. And the Flyers will advance to the regionals. We'll be back with our recap and more from Wapakoneta in this district championship game right after this.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialist will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has the solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
The district championship medallions being presented to the Marion local Flyers individually, and the Flyers district champions in a hard-fought overtime win over rival St. Henry, 39-38. Let's take a look at the numbers for tonight's game.
From the field, the St. Henry Redskins 24 of 38. The Flyers 11 of 35. From the three-point line, Redskins 8 of 27. And the Flyers 3 of 17. Free throw line 2 of 2 for the Redskins. They both came in the overtime. 14 of 28 for the Flyers. Rebounding edge went to the Flyers 21-13. And the turnover battle also went to the Flyers. They only had 9 compared to 15 for the Redskins.
So our final score, Marion local 39-38 over St. Henry. And our player of the game tonight, brought to you by NKTelco. The winner will receive a NKTelco t-shirt. And our player of the game tonight is Tyler Pringer of Marion local. Tyler had kind of a tough regular portion of the game, but in overtime he hit 2 very, very important baskets. Hit a 3 and followed it up with a 2 and 5 points in overtime, which was huge in this 1-point win against St. Henry. So our player of the game again, Tyler Pringer, brought to you by NKTelco, and Tyler will get a t-shirt from NKTelco as well. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's game. Lamb's Insurance Agency, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, Carriage Works, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Cy Schwieterman, NKT Productions, New Knoxville Supply Company, Minster Bank, WKKI, K94 FM, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, First 21st Century Kitchens, Schwieterman Pharmacies, Keyhole Pizza, and West Staff, all bringing you tonight's game between Marion local and St. Henry. As you see the Flyers cutting the nets down. We'd also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 Saturday, March the 10th at 4 p.m. Sunday, March the 11th at 4 p.m. as well. And you can also watch the games on demand at NKTelco.net. Our camera crew, our crew this evening, in the van, Isaac Sell and Scott Robinson on the cameras tonight, Bryce Hamrick and Luke Schwieterman. I'm Dave Helmstead, and alongside me has been Ron Cruzy, and our final score, the district champions, Marion Local, the Flyers 39, St. Henry 38.